Lazzzy Gamer here. I'm currently playing the Bureau XCOM Declassified.
Jesus.
And this is part 2.
Jesus. What is that?
Some kind of power source, like those reactors back there.
Those weren't bombs they were launching into the ground?
No, I think they have other plans.
What does it do?
I don't want to be here when it does it.
We are currently screwed and we are trying to find a way out of here.
What's causing all this?
Keep moving.
Nice bomb.
Let's take them down! There it is, the rail platform. Shit! Outsiders on the rail platform! Carter, what do we do?
We go through them. Ready your weapons.
Damn it! Trouble here! Need orders! Focus on that one. Just watch me! That's your target. Taking it down! Moving up! That's it. Let's keep moving.
Let's get out of here before this whole place comes apart. Fellas.
On you! Okay. This'll take us to the test site.
What are we waiting for?
Come on, Carter! All aboard! Made it. Too fucking close.
Carter, this is Falk. We are en route. Take the diesel to the test site and signal us when you arrive.
Oh no. I didn't like that.
Hold on to something!
Look at that thing!
You two, hang on! God damn it!
Can't this thing go any faster?
It's imploding. Damn.
Should be a radio up there.
I just hope they haven't left yet.
Pistol ammo. Something tells me we're gonna have a stand situation.
Come on, Carter, radio in and let's get out of here.
Set up there.
Moving, cover me! Be there, 2 shakes. Ready.
Falk, Agent Weaver, anyone.
Copy, Agent Carter. Sky Ranger 1 reads you. I've got Falk and Weaver, and I am inbound to your location.
I don't like the look of that bomb up there.
Would you rather head back to the base?
Should be fine, as long as we don't start any tests. Right?
Here they come! Engaging! Visual, they're down below! Let us know where you want us, Carter!
Hit it hard!
I've got this one!
Set up a gun!
Deploying turret!
I'm pinned down!
Come on, almost got it! Where's Bob? Can you see him? Carter! Nils! Heads up! Come on, Bob! Come on!
More pods incoming! Take it down!
Target's mine!
Take it out!
Don't know how long we can hold out! They're pushing! That's the last of them.
Carter, we're seeing enemy forces inbound to you.
These fuckers aren't gonna stop. Sky Ranger, how fast can you clear the test site's blast radius?
Blast radius? Carter, what are you...
I'm gonna start the test sequence. It's the only way to keep them from following us. And get some payback.
Carter.
He's right, sir. Sky Range is built for speed, but it's no match for those outsider ships.
All right, do it.
Good. Let's give those bastards something to remember. Listen, we're not safe and we're sure as hell not done fighting. Do exactly what I say, and we'll get through this. Take cover there.
Moving.
Put up a turret!
Yes, sir. We're with you there, Carter. More inbound! Open fire! We got it coming! I see him! There it is! The Sky Ranger!
Sky Ranger to Carter. Agent Carter, respond.
This is Carter. Cutting it close, aren't you?
We're coming in. Get on board.
Yes, get in so we can escape. Very localized explosion, I must say. Okay, let's see what this base have to offer, as I don't remember.
In visual range now, sir. Preparing final approach.
Oh, I was thinking of like Nora or
Control,
something.
this is Sky Ranger 1 requesting permission to land.
Copy, Sky Ranger. Permission granted. You are cleared for pad number 3.
Gonna take more than a hole in the ground to beat those things.
Just admit it. You're impressed.
So, what is the Bureau anyway?
Bureau of Operations and Command.
Never heard of it.
You were never meant to. This base wasn't meant to be operational for another year. We've called in every operative we had earmarked for the project, but, well, let's just say that we'll be a bit understaffed.
Director Falk, sir. Welcome back.
These two are with me.
At least this location is secure.
And I intend for it to stay that way. I'll be giving a report to all staff at 0300. Report to the operations room at that time. I have a lot to prepare, Carter. Agent Weaver will show you around.
Down here, Carter. Come on. When Ivan put Sputnik up, the brass got scared. This project became top priority. Off the books, of course.
That did it. Hold it there. Don't move it. All right, people. Show's over. Back to work.
Carter, this is Nico Da Silva, Senior Field Agent. Nico, you'll be sharing your workspace with Agent Carter.
Welcome to the most advanced facility on Earth.
Falk wants him up and running ASAP. Time is of the essence. Straight from his
Gotcha.
mouth.
Well, come on. Our office is right over here. That Weaver is one tough broad. So, this is us. This is my desk here. Yours is over there. Get comfortable, Will. Things as they are. This is both your office and your quarters. Do you mind if I call you Will?
Yes, I do mind.
Well, I'm not calling you Agent Carter. I might be military, but I'm not that formal.
I prefer William.
Yeah, well, I prefer Nico, even if my mother insists on calling me Nicholas. There are some things that are just beyond our control.
I can see we'll be fast friends, you and I.
Glad to hear it. My supply of friends got cut a bit short lately.
That all, Da Silva?
For now, sure. You have any questions, just ask. And one more thing.
Yeah?
The old man, Director Falk. He's a hard man to impress, but you managed it. Not what I expected after reading your file. Only pleasant surprise I've had all day.
How many people around here know my history?
We all know each other. Don't worry, you'll get to read up on us too. The old man thinks that the more attached we are to one another, the better we'll be in the field. The Bureau might be an adjustment for you. We work in teams here. Seems like you're more accustomed to operating alone.
Yeah, well, I'm also accustomed to the enemy being human. An attack like this, it's gonna mean a lot of adjustment for everybody. I'm a different man today than I was yesterday, you know?
Ain't that the truth?
Where were you this morning? Did you get caught in any of this?
No. I was out gathering intel on a weather anomaly way out in the boondocks. Something was interfering with television and radio signals. Everything except the heavy-duty military gear. Since the attack, it's gone global.
They shut down our communication just before the attack. Keep us from coordinating. Smart.
Sure, but there's one way it helped us. Can you imagine the panic if the public found out about an alien attack?
You seem like you know your way around this place.
I don't typically work out of this facility. Hell, no one really did until today. I'm with the NSA, but my post for the past few months has been with a small team that reports to Director Falk.
Anomalies? What type?
Different types, but all, well, supernatural. Sounded silly to say it until a few hours ago. Mostly weather oddities, but also we've been recovering deposits of this Illyrium stuff.
Who else is on this team?
It was supposed to be kept small until it was needed. Now, people who were pre-flagged for recruitment are coming in. Well, the ones that are still alive.
People were pre-selected? From where?
From the military, the clandestine service, DIA, even some civvies. No one knew that they were selected until they got the call. As of this morning, Falk activated the project and sent that call out.
And before today?
For the last few years, it's just been a couple dozen specialists. But now, we got a lot of new squaddies to bring up to speed.
I need to get myself oriented. Let's talk later.
Sure thing, Will. Good to have you on board. Sounds like the director's about to start. Come on, let's get the good seats.
Lights.
We are at war, and not the one we were expecting. Groom range, 2100 hours. Survivors, 6. In just a few minutes, our enemy managed to destroy the primary Strategic Command Center. By 2130, Strategic Command itself ceased to exist. Our combined military forces have been routed. The comms have gone dark. The red phone will not be ringing. And that is why, as of now, I, Marin Falk, am assuming command of what's left of our nation's defenses. The Bureau was founded to coordinate resistance forces in the event of a complete and successful Soviet invasion. That mission remains the same, even if our enemy does not. We now face an opponent from beyond our world, whose identity is yet unknown. But make no mistake, this enemy has crippled us. They have technology decades beyond what we possess. We must make it our own. Their weapons will become our weapons, and when they do, we shall annihilate them. I give you new orders. Survive, adapt, win. Welcome to XCOM.
No, I can help them. Let me help them!
Will. Carter. Hey, Will, wake up.
What?
Jesus, Carter. How is it you look worse than before you went to sleep?
I'm fine. And you yelling for me to wake up doesn't help.
I wasn't the one yelling.
I haven't slept more than a couple hours in years.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't worry about it. Like I said, this is our office and our bunks. Maybe someday they'll get the barracks up and running.
No, I mean, I barely sleep at all.
Well, can't say I blame you. Not after the morning you had. Anyway, Falk's looking for you. Wants you in his office. ASAP, as always.
The old man say what he wanted with me?
Ha! Guess you don't know him all that well yet. The director doesn't tell anyone anything he doesn't think they need to know.
Well, I guess you can't really hold knocking off for a few against me, seeing as how we seem to be in our office and our quarters.
Yeah, I guess some parts of the emergency plan leave something to be desired. Ah well, it'll be just like college, right?
Yeah, except I stayed in Mrs. Hawthorne's boarding house back in Terre Haute. Had my own bathroom and everything.
Well, ain't you fancy?
Were you saying something about that radio?
Oh yeah. Cheap thing normally just pipes in the company elevator music, but it's been picking up some weird signal. Damned if I know what it is.
Don't we have more important issues to deal with?
Sure, that's why I haven't bothered with it. But if someone on the outside is able to broadcast through that jamming signal, well, it could be important.
Who would know more about this?
Check with Operator Chelsky. She's information officer for the Bureau. Keeps track of communications, arranges contacts, manages what the public hears. The whole deal.
I'd better go see what the old man wants.
See you later, Will.
2. Message repeats. 2, 5, 0.
Better make a note of this and talk to one of the radio operators.
9.
You probably ought to run that by Operator Chelsky across the hall. Might be important. What is it, Will?
I'd better go see what the old man wants.
See you later, Will.
Where are you headed with this? Just running it over to the armory.
I wasn't told about any deliverance.
You the dispatcher?
A little more than that, Agent Carter. I'm Chief Information Officer with the Bureau.
Information officer? What does that mean?
I oversee the dispatchers, but in addition to that, I also manage our public communications and keep our profile low. And for now, my job is also keeping the public from knowing the scope of the threat.
Because rioting mobs of civilians are the last thing we need right now.
Exactly. You and your agents contain the enemy's attacks, and my operators will keep the public panic level in check.
I'll try not to distract you too much.
As long as you have a good reason. What do you need, sir?
Isn't the enemy jamming all communications?
Yes, most broadcasting equipment is facing heavy interference, cutting effective range down to less than 5% of normal.
Then how are you...
Our equipment is significantly more robust. We're still communicating at approximately 90% of effective range. The best of the best, you know.
What does the population know?
They're worried about the communications blackout, but our operatives in the major cities are keeping them in line.
Keeping them in line? You make it sound like they've declared martial law.
Nothing as heavy-handed as that, just a series of emergency preparedness tests. They'll be tense, but orderly.
The radio's been playing a strange broadcast. Any idea what it means?
I heard. It's probably an automated weather station nearby, but I suppose it might be instructions for picking up a weaker signal. A clever broadcaster could bypass the worst of the jamming that way.
It could be survivors. We could bring them in.
It's worth checking out. I'll have Operator Hughes run the radio while you give us the data.
First set the range to... Set the range to 250.
Now the direction?
Set the direction north.
And the frequency?
Set the frequency to 374 megahertz.
Checking medium frequency.
Try again. I know there's a message out there.
If you say so.
First set the range to... Set the range to 250.
Now the direction?
Set the direction west.
And the frequency?
Set the frequency to 892 megahertz.
Checking ultra-high frequency.
I've taken enough of your time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how do I find out frequency and shit like that? Okay, let's see. 250 north 892.
Yes, sir?
The radio's been playing a strange broadcast. Any idea what it means?
I heard. It's probably an automated weather station nearby, but I suppose it might be instructions for picking up a weaker signal. A clever broadcaster could bypass the worst of the jamming that...
It could be survivors.
It's worth checking it.
First set the range to 2...
Now the direction?
250 north.
Set the direction.
And the frequency?
Set the frequency to 374 megahertz.
Checking medium frequency.
Try again. I know there's a message.
If you say so.
First set the...
Now the...
Set the...
And the...
Set the frequency to 892 megahertz.
Checking ultra-high frequency. Nothing. Wait. What is...
There we have it.
It's survivors. They're trying to warn others of the attack.
Reply. Tell them they aren't alone. We'll do what we can to assist.
We'll dispatch someone to help, but we'll also have to make sure they stop broadcasting immediately. We can't risk that information spreading.
As long as they get rescued.
There we have it. Let's get upstairs and meet the boss.
You were there. You saw what he was capable of.
I did.
Okay,
It's just
agents, let's begin.
his file
Going on
paints a
another
different
wild
picture.
goose chase, Director? Not this time, agents. Because I brought in an expert agent who I expect to turn the tide. Allow me to introduce your new senior agent, Miss Angela Weaver. Agent Weaver, please begin.
Good evening, agents. Now, we have reason to believe our target is...
Is this some kind of joke?
I assure you, I do not joke about potential infiltrate...
Come on, miss. Get back to reception and leave the real work to us, okay? Agent Percy, watch your tone.
Director, How many concrete cases of the Outsiders have your agents uncovered to this date?
That would be 0.
And how many have I uncovered in my own investigations?
2 confirmed, 1 pending.
Thank you, Director. If I may continue...
Listen up, Agent Percy. Maybe you'll learn how to do your job. Yes, sir.
Now, we have reason to believe an infiltrator has compromised military command.
Speak of the devil.
Carter, good. Agent Weaver is afraid you don't play well with others. I tend to see that as an asset.
Screw you, Weaver.
To conclude, all signs show a pattern of systemic interference that cannot be explained by known enemies.
Come over here, Carter. I'd like a word.
But I'm not sure what you're suggesting. These activities aren't from the Reds.
I'm busy.
They aren't from any known source on Earth, so we must examine alternative sources. You mean to say aliens? It's more likely than you think. We cannot afford to be caught off guard. Oh, okay, Marin. I think you've been working too hard. Take a little time off, maybe a vacation and... No, listen, this is too important to ignore. My team has already uncovered a half-dozen potential cases of outside interference. No, you listen. I have a meeting with the generals in 2 days, and I will not have you making a laughingstock out of this department. General Deems is already talking about cutting funding, and if that happens, you and your team will be out. Do you understand? Yes, Director. Perhaps you're right about that vacation. That's more like it. Someplace nice and sunny. Lots of fresh air, like New Mexico.
What do you want from me, sir?
You're not here in this facility by chance. I brought you here quite purposefully. I've been following your career for some time.
Why me? I've been behind a desk since... well, for a while.
Yeah, but you were a hell of an agent before you sat behind that desk. And what's more, I know what put you behind that desk.
The brass put me there.
Sure, the brass made the call. But it was you who kept yourself there.
I don't need another round of psychobabble. I had enough of that from the company's shrinks after the incident.
It was an accident, Carter. Beyond your control.
Right, yeah. And next you tell me how I can't save everyone.
It's too late for that. But you can save some of them. And right now, that might be enough.
Right. Well, I'm with you, Falk. If only because, for all we know, this clown show you're running here is all that's left of our nation's defenses.
Then that makes you one of the nation's best weapons.
What do we know about the enemy?
Very little. Before this morning, we only knew of scattered oddities. We weren't even sure if they were connected.
Such as?
Deposits of the substance called Illyrium were found in various locations across the nation. There were weather oddities. We received and investigated reports of what we called thinnings. Localized instances where the very fabric of reality itself seemed to be warping, then dissolving.
And this was kept secret?
From whom? The populace? The news would have generated mass panic. No. The circle was kept quite small on this.
What is this place? I mean, when aliens from another world aren't attacking our planet.
This facility is essentially fulfilling its intended function right now. It was created to respond to a potential invasion on domestic soil.
Do all of these people work here?
No. Typically, you won't find much more than a skeleton crew here. But certain carefully selected individuals across all military disciplines are aware of this facility's existence. In the case of a domestic invasion, they're under orders to arrive here.
I never knew about this place.
Well, based on your performance at Groom Range, I'd say that omission was a grievous oversight.
What's our plan?
Our first order of business is to get this facility running at full capacity. I believe our best shot at defeating an enemy with superior technology is to take that technology from them and make it our own.
And we got the facilities to do that?
We're still finishing construction on the lab, but we've already got one of the best leading the team, Dr. Dressner. And he won't be doing it alone. I'm in the midst of organizing field teams to be sent on recon and recruitment missions for other specialists.
I'm heading down to the ready room.
De Silva will meet you there and help you assemble a team. Get moving.
looked like she didn't want to be disturbed. Okay, where do we have the Silva?
Welcome aboard, sir. What do they look like? I heard some of them look like us. No way. I've seen them. They look like some kind of, I don't know, some kind of monsters or something.
You lost, pal? Well, ready room's that way.
Yeah, I'm on the way.
How's it going, Agent Carter?
Yes, Director. I'll tell him right away.
Take a seat, gentlemen. Director Falk has personally chosen you for this initiative. I will be your team leader. It's an honor to work with you.
The old man just called down. Says one of the scientists is missing. Disappeared, along with his research in high explosives.
Does Falk think he's gone rogue?
Maybe. We can't risk a panic. Nils is tracking him down, but you need to get a team ready to help. Quick and quiet.
It brings all the normal risks of any field work involving hostiles. Yes, but Director Falk said something about unusual subjects? Yes, they might be different than you're used to. You mean we're not going after the right?
Come on, Will. Pick a team. No more flying solo.
We've uncovered a new enemy of the state. We'll be
I have machine gun. I have Browning.
nature of their organization.
Not sure what model.
Understood. I think you can put us up against anybody in the world, sir. Yes, well, about that.
This is a
It might be useful. Oh, only two. Okay. Jackson and Theo then.
Carter, I chased the infiltrator to the morgue. There's no way out of there.
Wait for me, Nils. I'll get your back.
I'll wait as long as I can, but we can't risk leaving him with those explosives.
I'm on my way.
To see me take
Carter,
on this
Head to
infiltrator.
the armory and take a left for the elevator. I'll send
Check
your
back
team
in the
up to
next
join
part.
you.
My name is
Damn
ConZor.
it, Nils. Hold on.
Lazzzy Gamer. Take care.